madre. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Happy October, y'all. All my Libras in the house. All my Libras in the house.
Oh my God, it's Libra season.
It's goddamn Libra season is
I
right.
had no idea.
It's October 4th.
Masters of None.
Episode 40.
46.
46, man.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. But that nobody else, that unless you watch it live, you'll never know this. Because I'm going to cut it out.
Yeah, so, it's all good, man. This is, these are the growing pains of producing and creating and recording and broadcasting and, setting up and completely running your own podcast. That's what it's about. So if you get into the podcast game, you'll know exactly what it is that we're doing. And if you never get into it, then don't worry about it. Just tune in for the edit, and you'll be good to go.
Shout out to all the Libras in the house. Shout out to Saisha. It was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, my God. Happy birthday, Saisha. Happy birthday, Saisha.
Libra season is amongst us. It's raining Libras. You know the one thing I can't... I'm not a big fucking, horoscope guy. Honestly, the total truth is, I can't stand horoscopes. But the one thing I can't stand the most is when people blame, things that they do on the moon or their fucking horoscope and shit.
Mercury's in retrograde.
Yeah, shit like that. You know how many times I've heard I'm just sorry, I'm just a Taurus, it's my personality. It's what?
Yeah, yo, it's such a cop out. Yo, imagine that shit worked in court.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm a Gemini and shit. It wasn't even me. It was the other me.
Can you imagine they're sentencing you and then they say, wait a second, what year was this man born in?
Yeah.
I mean, what month was this man born in?
And the defense is I've been trying to tell you, Your Honor. And he's like, damn it. He's a Gemini. Mistrial.
Clean all this up.
That's it. I'm out of here, you idiots. Couldn't tell me in recess that this guy's a Gemini. Waste my goddamn time here.
Really big going on right now is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all taking an enormous shit today.
Damn, Berto's about his business.
Oh, my God.
Just opened it right up. Facebook.
No, listen, I'm going straight for the fucking jugular. I didn't realize this. So, for the people who don't know and live under a rock, your Instagram feed wasn't reloading today. And that was because Instagram was down, and so was Facebook, and so was WhatsApp, and Messenger, and one more thing. There's another thing, but I can't think of it. Doesn't matter. We're all down today.
All things Facebook.
All things Facebook. And then in lieu of that, they've also identified the whistleblower from a few months ago who released all those documents about how Facebook has internal research that essentially proves that they choose revenue over public safety in terms of the way they're I want to make sure I say this correctly. The way their algorithm works and the stories they push forward, Facebook has said in the past that they try to, push positivity and push away misinformation about politics and misinformation about healthcare. And there's a whistleblower who's alleging that internal Facebook paperwork is actually says the contra, and that Facebook is choosing essentially revenue over public safety. And the way that breaks down is they're saying that they want more. They'd rather the money than than to keep the public at ease or whatever it is that keeps us, because that whole entire statement public safety, it sounds extreme, but essentially is that Facebook, or the people believe that Facebook has this
where are we going here? So we got Facebook is essentially
that they have a moral obligation to kind of push forward positive news and do away with misinformation. However, the internal documents are saying the opposite. That's where I was going. I just fucking closed the loop.
I get it.
I needed that push from you, though. Thank you.
Nah, it's all good because I want to follow, too, because I'm not very familiar. So, essentially, Facebook was saying that they try to stop misinformation when really they don't.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, allegedly, these internal documents prove otherwise. And the woman came out and she's been identified as Frances Haugen, Haugen, however that's pronounced.
I don't know. What's her first name?
Frances.
All right, so we'll call her Frances.
Fran. That's what she probably what her friends call
Good
her.
old Franny came out and blew the whistle. I'll tell you what, they're going to try to put her under the jail like R. Kelly because, the government, I'll tell you what, you remember when you were like, there was one more thing that also went down with Facebook and shit, but you can remember?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it probably was. Probably the government. The government is the other chapter of Facebook.
Well, I think that I think if anything, well, the public should definitely like be happy that this information is coming out. But I feel like it still doesn't stop the Facebook train. Facebook was the stock fucking took a shit today too. But I still feel like I'm not giving anybody financial advice. I'm not telling you to go buy Facebook. But what I'm saying is that I think like people love Facebook so much. Like there's so many, like there's two generations that are like hardcore addicted.
Yeah.
And I mean like the younger generation and the older generation.
Yeah.
Like our parents and not our kids, but
subsidiaries of Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
They're acquiring everything
Dude,
else. They have international communication on lock, especially because they have WhatsApp.
Yeah, you remember pen pals?
You know what I was just going to say real quick to get back to where you're saying like the people love Facebook too much. Like Facebook's become Facebook social media.
Twiz?
Twiz, what's good? Like social media, check this, Twiz. Let me know if you agree with this, yo. Anybody that agrees or disagrees, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, man. We would love to interact with you guys. We love people's take on things. We love to banter with you guys. So
unless you're listening to us on Spotify, and then keep it to yourself.
Yeah, otherwise just you could watch us on YouTube and you could listen to the audio quality of Spotify at the same time. Yeah, so what I was saying was Facebook, like you're saying, even though we know this stuff to be true, can it still stop the Facebook train? Like Facebook is so big and it's become so ingrained in the fabric of what we do, right? Every day. It's part of human infrastructure at this point. You know what this is like? Dead ass. This is like the only comparison I could think of in my mind. It's like people hating the people that create the roads that you drive on. Be like, I fucking hate what you're doing with the streets, but I got to get to work. It's like no matter how much I can't stand the people repairing the roads and building the roads and the shitty job that's being done there, like they're just always, no matter what, I'm still going to drive on that road.
For the people,
you know what I'm saying?
And that not our generation, but for the people that love Facebook as much as they do, 100%, that's the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
And they know.
But it's even unintentional. People get jobs through Facebook. People are applying for things through Facebook. Like, don't be surprised if one day you're voting through Instagram.
Bro, there's a huge marketplace on Facebook where people are buying and selling goods. But what I'm simply saying is that the information that people are intaking, most people just assume some people think it's random. Some people know there's an algorithm. But essentially what I'm getting at is that Facebook has said that they are pushing positive information to people and that they're trying to push accurate information towards people when they themselves are now alleged to know that is false.
So
and
that's the discrepancy.
Yes.
They're saying they're pushing that, but the data is showing the complete opposite is happening.
Yeah, the complete opposite happening. The data is simply saying that the truth is that they're pushing misinformation and they're pushing things that actually agitate people instead of things that will make people positive, because there's a lot of studies about how Facebook affects you, and people who wake up and the first thing they do is go to Facebook and start reading negative political information or inaccurate political information, and then it fucks up. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. There are people, and
or somebody yelling at their grandma, or grandma, you can't say that anymore.
Just the wildest shit on Facebook. So, I think that people are saying that Facebook has this moral obligation to present accurate information to the public because so many people are taking this information as it's fact, right? How many times have you heard somebody quote a fucking Facebook article to you? All the fucking time.
I mean, I try my best to
not be around people who quote fucking things they see on Facebook.
Absolutely. Because those people are scary individuals. These are people that go and spread ideas and move around information that is not true at all. It's meme news.
That's exactly what it is.
It's meme news.
What up, Ray?
Ray, Figs in the chat.
It's like inaccurate information that people are just spreading around, and I don't, for me, I really don't give a fuck because I'm smart enough to fucking read between the lines or not read between the lines or just not just solely get my news from Facebook. However, there is a large percentage of people who don't know how to do that, and they do it becomes like a rumor mill. So maybe Facebook does have a moral obligation to fucking, at least try, if they're going to push information towards people, try to make that information accurate. And as far as like pissing people off, well, you can't control that.
I think what they really need to do is just stop getting involved altogether and just make it known. Use your discretion when you consume the information that's spread on his platform. Like, I'm not going to say it's fact. I'm not going to say it's fiction. I'm going to say use your fucking brain.
Isn't it so crazy that the solution to this issue is not for people to educate themselves and actually like get their information correctly?
Stop making me look things up, and you should only be able to show me things that I know are true. It's not fair that you're showing me things that aren't true.
I have to use my best judgment.
Yeah, like what? You want me to read something? Fucking yeah, right.
Isn't that
You're a misinformation idiot. It's like
that's what we're saying. What we're saying.
It's fucking absurd.
Because after this, no more memes that are serious. No more sarcastic memes.
No.
Because people believe them.
Fuck out of here.
I have this really good story. It's not a good story. And I said that out loud. I'm going to tell you it's a terrible story, but it's a true story. Somebody one time told me that on 420, if I was ready to see the green moon, it was like a work day. And I'm working, and it's probably, let's just say, I'll set the tone. It's noon, April 20th. I'm working in a facility, and somebody comes up to me and they say, "What are you doing tonight?" And I said, "I don't know, not doing much. Not going to tell you. What's up?" And they say to me, "If you go outside tonight, there's supposed to be like a green moon. It's like this weird thing that like I guess happens every year. I've never seen it." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, the moon is going to be green tonight." And I'm in my mind, I'm like, "Do you want to do drugs with me? Is that what you're asking me right now?
Is this an invitation to go to Joshua Tree?"
Yeah, what's going on?
What are you talking about?
And then he pulls out his phone, goes to Facebook, and shows me an article where somebody photoshopped the moon green, and it's like a 420 meme. It's like the world is going to consume so much cannabis today that it's going to change the color of the moon. And he was reiterating this. And I said it's noon. So he's probably told 6 people already.
Oh, my God. You stopped him halfway through the day. These people must be stopped earlier.
And you know what? He probably didn't believe me. And if he did, that story was so like, the story's so good, he probably still said it.
He texts his man immediately and was like, "Stupid idiot doesn't even know about the green moon." That's exactly what happened.
Guess who's missing out on the green moon?
Can't go on Facebook unless it's true.
Yeah.
But goddamn, man, Facebook, that's crazy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit. I know I was seeing stuff that they also were I saw some talks about information regarding like teen suicide and like young women and body image and stuff like that. That they also had data regarding that.
Oh, man. That's actually super big because it's so mental health is like so much bigger than it's ever been. Our generation, I keep saying our generation or the word generation. Our generation is single-handedly, we've watched people go from not understanding mental health and it being a joke to people taking it seriously.
It is serious, man, and I'm glad that people finally are.
Yeah, 100%.
Taking that shit for real.
But there's this huge, and you just brought up Facebook and their numbers about women with body image. What was it?
Yeah, they had some kind of studies that they were discussing regarding like Instagram and which is owned by Facebook, and the young women and like the body image dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, and stuff that it causes.
Dude, you look at that shit, and who's the biggest people on Instagram, right? It's mostly probably, and I don't know this isn't a fact. Nothing that we say is fact, and you shouldn't take anything that we say seriously.
True.
But here's another fact that's probably not a fact. Some of the most popular people on Instagram are fucking females.
Yeah.
And what kind of females? These like super just fucking mutated to like look like what we think we like women.
Yeah.
Women who have been like, essentially crafted by the hand of man. This didn't whoever your god is didn't make this chick.
Exactly. And it's also not just the body, it's also the lifestyle that is portrayed.
This unobtainable lifestyle that doesn't really exist for anybody except Dan Bilzerian or Bilzerian, whatever. What's his last name?
I'm gonna bail you out right here.
Let's hear it.
Bilzerian.
But
it's just the lifestyle and the the standard that is displayed on Instagram constantly on people's feeds. And of course, that stuff is fun to look at. Same reason we watch movies. It's just these are still frames and very short versions of movies, right? It's really cool image and really exotic locations and attractive women and everybody's in good shape, everybody's fit and stuff. And it's like, these are highlights of life. These are the highlights of everybody in the world's life compiled into your feed. This is literally billions, hundreds of billions of people's highlights that you are shown constantly. And it's like, imagine that if that's what you thought that you needed to live up to constantly, because you grew up as a child with this. We came in contact with these as adults already, like, young adults, teenagers.
Yeah, we knew that when we seen these ones, they were rare.
Yeah, like teenagers, like social media and shit. Like, that wasn't a thing.
I thought you were
for
talking
us.
about these. It's a surplus of thick bitches on Instagram.
I mean, social media was not a thing that we dealt with in our adolescence.
No, as far as like social media was concerned, like your away message on AIM, that was like as because like we didn't really use Twitter like that. I don't even remember when Twitter came out, but we definitely wasn't like it didn't hit us till much later.
Twitter was way later. I was an adult when Twitter came out.
When I found Facebook, it was a college kids only. It was you had to be a college student to get on.
Well, bro, when I found Facebook, I was visiting a friend of mine. Sean was his name, and my other friend Sean. We went to go visit him. He was going to St. John's University in Queens. He was going to St. John's, and we went there. And I remember that he was like, he showed me this thing. Like, I knew about MySpace, but I didn't know about this Facebook. He's like, yo, this thing he showed me. And he's like, yo, and he's got like these girls on there. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he says, it's Facebook, yo. And I'm like, you know these girls? He's like, yeah, I know these girls. He's like, they live up the hall. And I was like, what? And he's like, they live down the hall. And I'm like, I was like, why are you playing, bro? And he's like, nah. They live like up the block. He's like, this is this thing called Facebook. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I want one. He's like, you can't have one. I was like, why can't I have a Facebook? And he's like, you can't have a Facebook. He's like, it's only for certain schools. At that time, it was only certain schools.
Oh my God.
It was like Ivy League schools and like some
B level,
almost Ivy League schools.
Like you had a good enough basketball team, you could get.
Exactly. And then you could come home, and then. That's how I remember it. And I remember being so annoyed that like I couldn't get on there. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was like, damn, I gotta go to college. I was like, I can't get on Facebook if I don't go to college. And
enrolled.
So I enrolled in school. No, I'm just kidding. So I was going to community college at the time, and I always remember that.
The community college that we went to still don't got Facebook.
Nah, for real. They still ain't allowed. But it was so crazy. And now to see what Facebook has become in such a short amount of time.
Dude,
like what? It's still my generation. I don't even have kids yet.
Yeah,
and
between
it's like,
Facebook and Amazon, like watching those two things just like fucking explode and completely change the way we shop and communicate is truly like fucking unbelievable. When you sit back and you think about it, bro, people were waiting a week for some shit to get to their house.
I know, man.
I'm tight if a motherfucker tell me he gonna be there in longer than 2 days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is ideal.
Yeah, facts, bro.
It's completely changed it. I'm fucked up tonight. It completely changed our outlook on what's acceptable when it comes to shipping times.
It's our entitlement here in America.
Yeah, Facebook's completely changed the way we communicate and the way we see things. You don't even have to really be somebody's friend for you to go to see somebody else and be like, hey, did you see so and so got engaged?
Yeah.
Did you see so-and-so had a baby?
I don't know anybody's birthday. Sometimes somebody with my Facebook, my old Facebook that doesn't even exist no more, they hit me and just to tell me what my birthday is.
Yeah, they say happy birthday.
I don't know my birthday anymore because I don't have Facebook.
Remember that was a thing though back in the day with Facebook and early Facebook and late MySpace when people was like your birthday, you were like, yo, I'm about to get so many comments today.
Yo, my feed is lit. Don't mind me. My feed is. Man, yo, why y'all even care about my birthday?
I gotta change my song before my birthday.
Oh my God!
Remember the profile song? You used to
song. I have my own songs on there.
Did you was rapping on MySpace?
Yeah, bro.
Damn, that is pretty gangster. I'm not gonna lie. You stepping into my profile, like I said, I had a fucking ambiance in
that shit was like a club, right?
Yeah, you could smell incense when you click on my shit.
Yo, see that?
It was the weirdest shit. No, dude.
He said, yo, you click on my shit, your chair get more comfortable, bro. You hear me?
The room start getting hot. Not only that,
Pillows get fluffed.
but I've always been a nerd. I started making people's MySpace profiles.
Yo, this guy always got some kind of hustle for
Bro,
everything. Yo.
making-
He's like, yo, you need what you got? Oh, your Facebook kind of whack. I could hook you up and shit. Bang, there you go. This guy,
bro. I was like, no, dude, I was like a wizard with HTML. I had no idea what I was doing, but my copy paste game was crazy. I had a good idea of like how to read it, so like I just figured it out.
You're an animal, bro.
But dude, MySpace was oh man, such a good time.
Yeah.
It was like AIM. And
Yeah.
you had a BlackBerry back in the day?
No, man.
Neither did I.
All my friends had Blackberries. I
yeah,
never did.
me too. Never had a BlackBerry.
Never did. They had the little ball, the little clip ball.
Yeah, the trackball. I just got that little pearl. That little pearl on there. Let me ask you a question. You ever had Sidekick?
No.
I didn't have a sidekick either, bro.
Yo, that's the struggle's real, bro.
Yo.
People had sidekicks flipping that shit. I ain't have shit.
Bro, the sidekick.
I remember when the
flip-
chocolate dropped. I got that.
Oh, you got that small
My
shit?
mom got me the chocolate. I remember that shit. I was like, yo, that shit used to slide like this. It slid.
I remember.
Nah, it slid the long way.
It slid vertically.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would hold
man.
the chocolate and just slide it up and down all day if I had that shit.
Bro, it was and then it got mad loose and was slipping and shit. And
It was just falling when you're on the phone.
yeah, bro, I got to replace a couple times. It was trash.
I had yo, what up, Mark? I didn't have a sidekick. My girl, she had a sidekick because she was like cool. She had like sidekicks, she had all the Jordans and shit like that. Like I ain't had no sidekicks, I ain't had no Jordans.
Your sister did?
No, my girl. My sister
I was like, damn. I was like, yo, I was like, yo, what the fuck, man?
no, my sister didn't have a sidekick either. My sister, you know what it was? Is that we had Verizon growing up.
Verizon didn't have shit.
And Verizon
T-Mobile had the sidekick.
Yeah, if you wanted the sidekick, you had to get on that the T-Mobile plan.
And I'll keep it a stack. People with sidekicks never had no service. They had all these kinds of gadgets and shit like, yo, I could send this message. Pew, pew. And he was like, I could send this message to other people with sidekicks. And I'm like, cool, who else got a sidekick? And they're like, man, nobody yet. And I'm like,
In my school was flooded with sidekicks. A lot of people. Sidekicks, and you know what else too?
peepers, yo, La Hustlers.
Oh, I had the pager. I had the pager on deck. Did you ever have a Nextel?
Did I ever have a Nextel? No.
Yo,
all my friends had Nextels.
I never had one either.
I never had a Nextel, bro.
Yo, all right, so hold on, because there's people.
I was using T9 Word. They was like,
There's
I was
gonna
like,
be
damn.
people here that don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
So
have
let's
to
get it right
explain
now.
it. Back in the day, there was a cell phone provider that was called Nextel.
they're still around. I think their company's just different now.
Really?
Yeah.
But the kick, one of their selling point was they had like a walkie-talkie mode, and it was like they called it the chirp. You would hit the button and it would, and you would say yo, and it would like walkie-talkie people.
Other Nextel users.
Other Nextel users.
And it was different than the cell phone number. It was like a chirp number. It was different. It was almost like a different network, like a,
Dude, Nextel was, I didn't have that shit obviously, but it hit the streets
It
hard.
it was so, bro, it was so lit. I remember my one friend Brian, if you ask my man, we're gonna have my man Sean on here, yo. He's launching a business. He's doing a couple things. We're gonna have him on here. But our friend Brian stayed with the lit Nextel, bro, and I remember that shit. And what's crazy, it worked like a walkie-talkie, but it worked over cellular network.
Yes.
So it wasn't like a distance thing.
It
with a walkie,
sounded great, bro.
like with a walkie-talkie, like if somebody's gets too far away, you're out of range. Now with the Nextel, you could just be chirping somebody. And it's funny because now I'm like, I wouldn't want nobody listening to me on speaker. But if you came with the you were just
back in the
fucking
day,
stunting.
You
with
were the man with that shit. First of all, Nextel had a phone with a spring-loaded screen. Listen to me right now when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was a flip phone, and it had a button at the side of it that sprung open the screen.
But that was way later.
It was later. I feel like Nextel didn't last that long.
No, but that was like they came up real hard and real quick.
Yeah.
Like they crushed it for like 3 years. Like all through high school, the Nextel was the shit for me.
100%.
Probably like 4 years.
Yeah, I think that Sidekick was after Nextel, so I think like half of my high school career.
Nah, it was before.
It was before? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember them existing at the same time, but I remember.
It was when text messaging wasn't even a thing yet. You still had the T9 Word. Remember that shit? And you had to you had to hit the button. Like if you wanted to get the letter C, you had to hit the number 2 3 times, like dit 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 for a C.
Do you remember when text messaging like was a thing, they had the two-way pagers. You remember that?
Bro, I do remember the two-way pager.
Because pagers are one way. You use a phone, you call a number. Listen, kids, you guys don't even know how to fucking use a pager. You used to have a phone number. You would call the phone number, and when you call it, it would ring twice and then go beep, and then you would answer. You could answer.
Doot, doot, doot.
That's what it was. It would beep twice, and then you could answer whatever you want, numbers. Whatever numbers you want, you enter, and that's what comes across on the pager. So motherfuckers would get creative and like write things. I would tell people all the time, like, yo, listen, I'm 42069, all right? You get that 42069? You know it's me.
Yeah.
Call me.
For real.
And then people would just memorize you knew everybody's number. You knew all your friends' numbers because you memorized them. Now, I can't say, only reason I know your fucking number is because we order so much takeout with those years we worked together.
I know, bro.
But I don't know anybody's number by heart. If you page me right now, man, it was like, yo, what's up? It's Mark, hit me up. I'm like, bro, you fucked up that page,
no
bro. You
idea.
should have sent your fucking phone number. You had one opportunity.
Hey, you fucked up, bro. You hit 156.
Yeah.
You're 165.
Yeah,
I called Mike.
You're in your boy's house or using his house phone trying to figure out who the fuck paged you.
What's crazy is when you just mentioned the two-way pager, bro, that was like the first real like text messaging system.
Yeah, 100%. It was the first.
It was one of the first like text messaging systems, like sending text back and forth. And then you had the Sidekick was like a pivotal device because it introduced, I feel like that really made like the QWERTY keyboard mainstream. Like that became a thing at that point. Like nobody had a keyboard like a computer keyboard. Everybody was using the keypad.
Damn, I never even thought about that, but the Sidekick definitely changed the game.
It changed it.
A lot of people know how to type right now because of that shit.
Yeah, bro. Yo, I could dead ass type a paper quicker on my phone than I could on a keyboard.
Bro, I didn't, like I said, I didn't have a Sidekick, but I did have a phone from Verizon that you could. It was like a candy bar shape, and you could turn it horizontally and like push it up, and a keyboard would come out of it.
See, yeah,
I had that shit.
I had the Voyager also. It was a long ways joint like this, and you would flip it open like this.
Oh, okay. That shit was
and
like
then it
a
had
fucking
the keyboard
3DS.
Here. Bro, you kidding me, yo? That was when I was getting my. That was in my fucking when I was buying ringtones off the motherfucking chain, bro.
Bro, when I tell you right now, I had the hottest ringtones in the game. I used to record my shits.
Damn, bro, you had like.
I had everybody in the car quiet. Everybody be quiet. The song's coming on. I need to get the hook.
Ringer mixtapes and
yeah,
shit.
Bro. I would email them to myself and then get them on my phone, and I had everything. I had, bro, if I could memories, bro.
And
remember ringtones being a thing? Now people get a phone and you just leave the same ringtone. Every iPhone user, you guys all got the same fucking ringtone.
Yeah, iPhone users all got the same shit, but that's not really a thing no more. It was like a form of expression at one point.
It was.
Now nobody gets phone calls enough, and nobody really cares.
You remember calling people and a song playing as the ringer?
Yeah, ringback tone.
Ringback tones? You remember that shit? You call somebody?
My homie had the fucking stupid ass fucking the orchestra shit. The shit that's like.
I had the Beethoven shit. What's the Beethoven shit?
The one it's like dun, 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 like Symphony Number 9 or whatever.
Yes, that one.
Get the fuck out of here. That shit was hilarious. I remember I would always tell him, I'm like, yo, why do you leave this stupid shit on? He's like, I don't know how to turn it off, B.
That's like the free. I had the free one. It was like. I
think that's like Mozart or some shit.
I don't want to get touched that one. I don't know. I don't want. I spew enough inaccurate information that I can step away from that one. I'm pretty sure it's fucking Beethoven, but I'm not gonna
watch. I'm gonna get like an email and be like, "Stop spreading misinformation about opera and about old classical fucking symphonies, you asshole."
How dare you? Music wouldn't be where it is right now if it wasn't for those guys.
Yeah, Mozart. That was Beethoven. Mozart could hear. Stupid. Be like, oh my god, whatever, dude.
At least you didn't say it was Picasso.
Yeah, I mean, back then, bro, these were all like. Multi-talented people.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Like Picasso and Michelangelo, they could also do music?
Oh, these guys used to do a lot of shit. I don't know what they used to do, but I wouldn't doubt they could do music. Like, these guys were all around creatives. It wasn't like today where you get nice at like a couple things. Like, nah, these guys were beasts.
You know what I want to know?
What?
Were these guys rich?
No.
Like,
no.
Were they at least like getting a lot of tang because they were so good at it, or did it take?
No, they all had substance
centuries?
Abuse issues and shit, and they all have fucking like problems. Like, yeah, this isn't regular shit. I think it was, who was it? Van Gogh that cut his own ear off?
Yeah.
For this chick he was trying to get with?
Is that why he cut his
Yeah,
ear
he
off?
was like, "Mwah." He was like, look how much I love you. I cut my ear off. And she was
What
like,
a
what? And he was
fucking-
like, whatever. Watch this painting.
That's
You
the
know?
kind of shit you had to do back then.
Yo, you weren't a real man, son.
Yeah, you got to cut your ear off. Jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you were thinking,
I was going to say something gross.
let it rock.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Leave it where it lies.
You seen the disgustingness in my face that I was about to say something so vulgar.
I know this man a long time. I'm going to look at the camera when I tell you this. Listen, I known this man a long time. If at any point he feels it's appropriate to stop, I believe him. So I stop him immediately.
Yeah.
When I see him second guessing what he's about to say, I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to. I mean, at this point, I'm dying to say it, but I won't.
Funniest man that I know.
Oh, I appreciate that. Some people say I'm the funniest guy I know.
Yo, you definitely are the funniest guy you know, but I have to agree.
Yo, shout out to Bubba Wallace for being I don't know if he's this article read funny, but I'm going to say he is anyways. The first African American to win the NASCAR Cup Series.
A NASCAR Cup Series race. There's like a certain
He
amount.
didn't win the whole thing?
No, a NASCAR Cup race. There's different.
Yeah, there's different race. Oh, I thought he won because what happens is you accumulate points, and at the end there's a winner.
I think it's like a Grand Slam,
Yeah, I thought he
like the Grand Slam. You know, in like tennis, where if you win all the big tournaments, you're the Grand Slam champion. But you know, it's not a thing that everybody wins. Yeah, you could be the champion of this, champion of this, but if you get this and this, it's like hitting for the cycle in baseball.
Wait a second. He definitely didn't win them all.
No,
But
won one
overall. I think he won overall.
No, I think he won one of the races that's
We gotta figure
in
this,
there.
This one we can't let rest.
He won one of the races that's listed as
He
a
just
NASCAR.
won one?
Yeah.
No way, bro.
What do you think? He's not even really that good.
They're celebrating. This is the first time he won a race that's a part
Bro,
of the fucking.
he's not really that good. He's okay.
I'm gonna read this story.
Like he's all right. If we keep it a 100% stack.
Bubba Wallace breaks through with the first Cup Series at Talladega. You are correct.
Yeah.
I thought he won the whole thing.
No, it's like, you know, in golf where you have like Grand Slam champions or the where they win. I mean, not Grand Slam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But he won in Talladega.
Yeah, that's a big race.
It is a big race.
I mean, you have to win one of them to win them all, right? You got to start somewhere. So, yeah, but it's, it's something it's historical for sure.
Yeah.
It absolutely is historical, and more power to him. I think he's a monster. It's hard to win that shit.
But you know what? And to credit what you were saying earlier, I agree with what you said. Don't remember what I was going to say, but I agree with but I'm just going to continue, please.
I mean, yeah, that's all I got regarding that. I mean, power, congrats to him. He made history.
Good for him.
It's incredible. That's really big, man. But
every time I see him, I'm like, that motherfucker's definitely Dominican.
Yeah, you think that's funny, yo, because I know for a fact your pops probably say he's Puerto Rican.
My
No?
dad says he's Puerto Rican 100%. My dad says Shia LaBeouf is Puerto Rican. My dad's seen Shia LaBeouf and anybody who's like successful on television, my dad will look at them. It's the first time we see him. He's not like a big guy. He'd be like, oh, ese Boricua?
He's Puerto Rican, bro.
Yeah, my dad when we see Transformers came out, my dad was like, Transformers are holes. It was one of those movies.
Or holes.
And my dad was like, LaBeouf, es un nombre boricua? Es un nombre boricua? He's Puerto Rican. And I was like, Bobby, I don't think he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's like, nah, he is though.
I said LaBeouf. That sounds French.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, man, a lot of big things going on. Facebook going crazy. Bubba Wallace, your boy.
Yeah, but poor fucking, not poor Facebook, but it's so interesting.
I'm trying to think of there was something else I had. How about should we even touch on the Yes. I don't even know if we should touch on that, guys.
I don't know. I don't want to fucking get assassinated. Not even we have to say something now at this point because it's got the
All right. Apparently there may be some leaked documents.
Yeah,
That,
regarding
allegedly.
a sickness.
Allegedly.
We won't say what it is.
We won't say it.
We won't say it, but allegedly
There may be some leaked scientific documents from a network of scientists that have all decided to move forward with kind of trying to get to the bottom of the schmemic. and trying to find the root cause or the place of origin of the shmemic. And it seems that there's some information being gathered and being put out that like 10,000 documents saying that there may be a place where it originated in a lab that was previously discussed.
Yeah. There might have been a dog fucked in it. You see, I didn't even think twice before saying that one. You can imagine what I was going to say before.
Yeah, so minus the dog and, everything else seems to be checking out.
Yeah.
So information, we're going to wait back and see what they say about the shmandemic, and its origin. But
yes.
interesting things coming
Super
out.
interesting. And we didn't even tell you guys that there's a possibility that we're going to be coming to you guys 2 times a week now.
Oh, wait.
Double the flavor, double the fun. We're going to come twice a week.
Yes.
See
Not just once.
Not just once.
100% increase in content for you guys.
That's And guess what? It's fucking free.
It's free. It's free. You know what it'll cost you? It might cost you a thumb up or not.
Yeah.
But we would appreciate anybody. It helps out the algorithm. It helps us get our channel and get our videos out to the most people possible. So I know that was an abrupt change from topic, but we did just want to take this quick second for this shameless plug and just say thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for sharing this with your friends and people you may not even know, complete and total strangers. And we really do appreciate the support, guys. And we got some merch coming down the line.
Oh, yeah.
So we will let you guys know when we get this stuff going because I have a pretty good feeling people are going to like what we got coming.
So let's get right back into it.
We're jumping back in. Sorry, these messages are brought to you by the Masters of None podcast, which is us.
Yeah.
And
sponsored by us, built by us.
Sponsored by us, produced by us, recorded by us, distributed by us, streamed by us, and completely funded by us.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for sticking around. Anyway.
So what else you got, man? You got anything?
Back to business. Let's see what else we got here, man. I got a couple other things, man. I got
Damn, I thought for sure Bubba Wallace had won the whole fucking thing. I'll tell you one thing.
I got another thing. Let's get back to Facebook for a quick second.
Okay, let's hear it.
So apparently it's been uncovered in this leak, I believe, that
what's the difference between uncovered and discovered?
Uncovered means it's always been known by someone.
Oh, discovered means we just found it. Continue.
So Facebook apparently, with their censorship and their processes and the way that they do, the way they select the information that they censor, the way that they do that process, apparently there are upwards of 5 million plus people that are considered VIP users that are exempt from such censorship.
Which is fucking... So you told me about this before you got here, and it really fucking blew my mind. You're telling me that there's allegedly people on Facebook who don't have the same algorithm as like the general public, and they're not being force-fed whatever Facebook thinks is appropriate?
No. What I'm saying is they're not being censored.
Oh, they're not... Oh, that they're not being censored in the sense of the information they're putting out.
Yeah.
Oh,
meaning that there's some
shit.
users that are considered VIPs that are allowed to say and push whatever content they want, while at the same time, all the other probably upwards of, probably there's got to be 100 million users at least, a billion users or some shit like that of Facebook, right?
I don't know, but there's got to be a lot. I could look that up.
You want to look that up? Story, yeah. So that's crazy. That there's that many. Like they said, one of them actually was Neymar. You know Neymar, the soccer player?
Yeah, he can say whatever he wants.
Bro, he posted nude photos of an ex of his on his Facebook, and he has one of the accounts that's not censored, that's allowed to post whatever he wants. So, her shit was up there for like a whole day before anybody took it down. 58 million people saw it.
Damn.
Like, that's crazy. He's allowed to post revenge porn?
I'm controlling myself right now.
That's because that's what that's called.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is crazy. Like, he's allowed to post that shit. Like, that's kind of nuts.
Damn, that's a lot of fucking people.
That's a lot of people that got to, like, come on, why are you going to do that to her? And anyway, that's irrelevant. Like, why they did it, I don't care about their situation. What I'm saying is Facebook did not take that content down immediately. It took a while.
He's one of these 500,000 users. Now
5 million.
5 million users. Now, you mentioned that you thought there were how many Facebook users?
There's got to be I would say, billions. There's got to be.
How many billion?
Give me a number. I would say at least 20 billion.
Okay. It's not 20 billion. That's going to kind of fucks up like my build up but there's 2.85 billion.
Damn, I said 20 billion. Are there that many people in the world? Do I sound like a fucking moron?
Not to me. You're just as smart as you were before you walked in here. I'm not going to judge you off that one statement.
I'm even smarter.
2.85 billion active users monthly.
Oh, wow. So that doesn't count all of the ghost accounts.
Holy fuck.
Active users. Now
tell me
that is not a powerful entity. Tell me that doesn't have the power to swing an election. Tell me that
dude, of course. That's why this information that's coming out about this whistleblower is so, concerning, because I mean, time is only going to tell what kind of influence it was pushing. Like, because now when they figure this out, and they're saying, well, this is happening. What's going to happen when they start to do like forensic investigations and realize that, like, oh, it pushed this political party more than it pushed this political party, or it took down more posts from this guy than it took from that guy.
Oh, but that's all factual already. That's already known.
That they're intentionally doing that.
Oh, that's already known.
That they're aware that they're aware from within their studies that they're intentionally pushing a certain political party.
That's clear to anybody that looks at this.
No.
You would know that if you look at it.
I know, but they've come out and said a couple things. They come out and said that they want to spread positivity. They come out and they said they wanted to spread positive information about politics and healthcare. They never said anything about, like, we prefer this one over that one. I think that it's obvious based on some of the things that get taken down and some of the things that remain up. However, I don't think it's been like, nobody's given that stamp and said this is really happening.
I'll tell you why.
Let's hear it.
Everybody, I'm sure, sat in a room and looked at all this information and was like, yo, this shit leaked. We're on opposite sides of this. This is for the greater good that we do not say that this happened, that you had this much influence on the election. This will crumble the nation. Nobody would believe in the process anymore. Nobody would believe in a presidential election, knowing that I guarantee you that if they were to disclose the amount of conservative ads that were hushed, quieted, erased, gotten rid of, stopped from being spread versus the ones that were contributed by liberal people, by liberal sources, I would guarantee you that it's fucking astronomically in one direction.
So, real quick before I give my rebuttal.
That's got to be Twiz saying something in there.
No, Mark says there's only 7.7 billion people as of 2020.
In the world?
In the world, yeah.
Thank you for that. That's why I always preface everything I say with, listen, though I may speak with conviction, there are many times.
More times than not.
Yes. That it's very possible. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, you know what? Just to go back to what you were saying and the way like Facebook could have affected the
Wait a minute. So can we talk
parties.
about
Hold on. I got to get this thought out of my head.
Go ahead.
I got to get this thought out of my head.
Go ahead.
We knew that there were certain political parties that just bought more advertisement time on these platforms, and I wanted to clarify that we're not talking about a certain party's ability to purchase more advertising space. We're talking about quieting headlines and stories that would make a certain side look better than the other in no specific direction.
Exactly, like limiting bad things that are said about one person versus perpetuating and distributing extra the ones that are the negative things that are said about another person.
Yeah.
And then because that becomes, it's the same reason that jurors are sequestered. and they have you stay in a hotel and you can't talk to anybody because outside influence from media, outside influence from other people talking to you, from hearing opinions from people you trust, that will sway your judgment.
100%.
So for that reason, those things happen. So then when you have someone repeatedly, now you couple that with, should we talk about our screen time?
Oh, me and you have a lot of skill. Yeah.
All right. So
get into it.
real quick,
But finish your sentence first.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that and say the amount of time people are actually looking at information on their phone, on their device, screens in general, that's the gateway to someone's brain and someone's opinion, pretty much, of shaping their thought process. Is this device, is a computer, is the internet. So I had the other day, I don't know how it calculates this. Straight up, my phone said I had 8 hours of YouTube video consumption. What was it? Daily? Average, like daily. So I don't know how that works. It incorporates, like, while I'm driving, I listen to podcasts that may be playing on the seat. I drive a lot in my day job. So that may have something to do with that.
That's got to throw people off the fucking track.
Yeah, bro. Yo, make sure you pay your bus fare as soon as you get on, motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding.
And what was my watch time? Because I tried
yours was like 4.5. So I had double.
I thought for sure that I watched way more YouTube than you.
I had double the time you did, but I think I have a little more alone time. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I wake up early and I don't have children. So, so that allows me to waste more of my day than you do.
Yeah,
than you get to waste.
Yeah.
So just the reason I bring that up is, like, I'm an educated person. I have a lot of schooling under me. I'm a professional in my life.
Got multiple degrees.
This guy knows I feel the same way about him, and he has multiple degrees as well. And it's like, and is very productive and has a very good job. But when you think about the fact that we still have time to, if that's true, spend that much time looking at our phones or at YouTube. Think about the ability of a company or a political party to sway my thinking if they just repeatedly put something in front of me.
So if you think about it like this, right? When you watch television, and you and I both were YouTube Red members, we don't get any commercials on or advertisement on YouTube.
Correct.
But think about this. You think about your favorite childhood show, right? You grow up watching SpongeBob SquarePants?
No, I just missed that. That was a little
Power Rangers?
Yeah, I watched some Power
Rangers. You like the sharks on rollerblades? I forgot what they're called.
Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. Let's
say
I
you
did
watch
like
Street
Sharks, right? Street Sharks was probably a 20 to 22 minute show.
What you know about Street Sharks, bro?
You
just took me back.
Are
Them
you
motherfuckers,
crazy?
I had the action figures.
They
were like rubber
shorts.
and shit. You had to cut off jean shorts.
My mom used to make me to cut off jean shorts so I could look like a street shark. But hold on.
Go ahead. God damn.
Those shows are usually 22. They're 20 to 22 minutes, right? I was gonna say SpongeBob because I'm pretty sure SpongeBob is 22 minutes, right?
I think that's generous. Today is different. I think it's 20. 18 to 20, I would say. Go ahead.
But they air for half an hour.
Yep.
That means you're getting 8 to 10 minutes of advertisements.
Correct.
That means that 30 to 33% of what you're consuming is somebody just trying to force feed you shit, just trying to make you buy things.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's a third of your time spent. The third of your time you spend entertaining yourself, you're being force fed like fuck. And I'm sure the fucking numbers on radio are way worse because I feel like radio's got way more advertisement than television, right? So you think about the time you spent. That's why I don't fucking have Hulu with commercials. That's why I don't have cable. That's why I also believe that they shouldn't have commercials on children's television because children don't have jobs, right?
Yeah, no.
So they can't buy anything. So when you put commercials on it, what are you doing? You're brainwashing this kid who has a developing mind into thinking they need this product. You have grown, educated scientists or people who are experts in their field who are designing commercials to legitimately, entice your kid into asking you for this item. They know the colors, they know the music, they know exactly what it's going to take to get your kid to turn around and say, "Dad, I want that."
Bro. We're one of 2 nations that's allowed to advertise pharmaceuticals to customers on television. Do you know that?
Do you remember when they were advertising cigarettes to people?
Bro, do you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
We're allowed in America to advertise to people to take certain medications. It says, if you think that Lunesta is right for you, talk to your doctor. It's like, how about my doctor's the doctor, not me. Yeah. If he thought this medication would be good for me, he'd fucking prescribe it.
I've never thought about that.
Why the fuck am I going in there suggesting to him what to give me?
I never even thought I had trouble sleeping.
Me neither. They're like, do you get headaches? I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you have back pain sometimes? I'm like, yup.
Do you have back pains?
Do you walk? I'm like, I do. This medication may be right for you. I'm like, fuck, I need it.
And then they speed talk through the end of the fucking commercial. Where
including death.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, ask your doctor.
And not limited to death.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me that. But anyway, this is just going off of the advertising.
This just goes into the advertising, and we're kind of just going off in a circle and not really getting to anything. But I believe we are making a point, and it's essentially that it started with Facebook. It
started with Facebook being able to influence things across the board.
And then it just turned into the fact that, we're consistently being influenced to buy things or to be on this team or to listen to this show or watch this or do this. Even you go on Netflix, and what do most people go to first?
Top 10.
Top 10.
Trending.
What's trending? What is everybody else doing?
And what constitutes trending? See, that's
I would
the
love
thing.
to know what the Netflix algorithm
Listen,
is.
That's what I want to know. You said, yeah, look what everybody else is watching. Look how much we trust the fact that this is what everyone else is watching. How do I know this isn't what Netflix has a really vested interest in and this is what they want me to watch?
I want a fucking ticker next to each movie and tell me how many people are actively watching this right now.
Yeah, same.
And then judge it by that. They don't have to replace the top 10.
Yeah.
Just give us another one.
Yep.
Give us another one, and it's like what people are watching right now, and then let me sort it by value.
By country. I want to sort it by language, maybe. So that's too much. You're right. Let me just know what people are watching.
Yeah, let's take it one step at a time. We could ask for country, at the next patch meeting.
Now that we're on Netflix,
go ahead.
Can I just touch on something that really spoke to my soul? It was nostalgic for me. I got a lot of my swag from this individual.
What you just found out? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on Netflix?
No, I got a lot of my swag from him too. But I got a lot of my swag. I got a lot of my.
Is there a Key Sweat documentary I don't know about? Where you get that? Let's hear it.
I just want to thank Netflix for getting their hands on the licensing for Saved by the Bell and bringing my man Zach Morris over here to Netflix.
I didn't know they got that,
bro. Between Zach Morris and AC Slater, son, I wanted to wrestle and order pizzas from the third row in my math class.
That's mad funny.
That shit was just.
I wanted to hang out at the diner.
Bro, I wanted a friend like Screech. I was like, I wish I had a dumbass friend like this that do everything I say.
So I could just fuck with all day?
You kidding me, bro? Kelly Kapowski?
Yeah.
There was no Kelly Kapowski in none of my classes.
Who was the other one? The other chick?
Which one?
There was
Lisa Turtle or Jesse Spano? I've been watching that show since I was a kid, bro.
I feel like the main chick wasn't the baddest one for me.
Who was?
I feel like
the tall one with the curly hair?
Not the Monanita. What's her name?
Lisa Turtle. She crazy
Lisa
now.
Was the baddest one.
You seen her lately?
Nah, she crazy?
Oh.
When it looked like that, I knew she... I
don't want to say crazy. Listen, I should not say crazy. That's a derogatory word. I don't want to say crazy. She has some shit going on. Esa tipa sí que tiene algo que le está pasando en la mente, coño.
She's losing it?
No.
Dude.
No, listen.
I want to talk about Britney Spears. But you could finish.
Anyway,
talking about her.
You could look her up. She was on some talk shows and things, and she got a couple little. She's a little different. She's not Lisa Turtle no more.
She's not Lisa Turtle. You know who didn't end up that bad? Topanga.
Didn't end up that bad, fucked up, or bad, hot in adult age.
Both. I don't think she's fucked up, and I don't think she's too bad looking. She's a little thickums, but I don't care.
No, I'm sure she's probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she always seemed like she turned out all right, like in terms of like health wise and mental health. I never was worried about Topanga.
I would never. She ain't no Olsen twin. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's facts. But they're out here balling right now. Don't sleep on them.
What do they got going on?
They're like moguls, entrepreneurs. You kidding me?
I believe they're very wealthy.
Oh yeah, they're paid.
I also believe they look like they smoke a lot of cigarettes.
They definitely.
One of them looks like a cigarette.
They both are cigarettes. They're a couple Lucy's riding around in a Benz.
Damn, I stopped you for a second before and I said I wanted to talk about something and I let you continue. Do you remember what it was? Somebody in the chat, tell me what I had just said to Justin. It was about Britney Spears. Can we talk about the fact that she out here, handing out nip slips on the internet?
Esa tipa así que está craqueada.
I thought that she needed to be free. I thought she needed to be free of this conservatorship. And then the first thing this bitch does is go out, get engaged, and then take pictures like she's about to start an OnlyFans with her titties out on the beach.
Bro, listen, man. I heard.
I'm not mad at her, but damn, you really making it look like we might have made the wrong choice.
When I see somebody, she is not okay. If you ever watch her Instagram, you ever follow her on Instagram?
Nah, I'm not a huge Britney fan.
It has nothing to do with that.
I don't dislike Britney. I'm just not a big Britney follower, rather said.
If you were to watch some of these videos that she puts up, she's very peculiar.
She be putting up videos in the closet, like tucked underneath her clothes and shit.
She just be in a dining room and she's like, hey guys, sometimes I just like to dance. And she'll just put the phone up and then just start doing some weird shit like this.
Her fans love that shit.
And then she's like, thanks guys. And then she'll just like shut the video off and shit. It's very weird. It's very weird. She'll just be spinning in a circle. Like spotting, looking at the camera, spotting. Every time like she spins, looks right at the like. It's very weird behavior. It's uncomfortable. I'll be honest. It makes me feel a little.
I didn't know that.
No, it's very strange. So now she's been doing this for a long time on social media, like and on Instagram. Anybody that follows her knows that's not a normal person.
I watched that Netflix documentary about her.
I just wanted to get to that conservatorship real quick. Everybody wants to fight for her to be off the conservatorship, which I don't know the circumstances revolving around that conservatorship.
Yeah, I don't think you should be limited to they should be limiting her Diet Cokes, though. They used to have to call her before. She got to call them before she leaves the house.
Who knows? Maybe she's gotten like kidney stones and shit previously from all that aspartame. You never fucking know. I don't know. All I know is that I hope that with removing her father from this conservatorship, she continues to be okay. Because
yes, 100%.
If she goes through some kind of manic episode or she has, I don't know the full extent of her mental health issues, but if she goes through some kind of an episode or something like that and wipes out her entire fortune or something by like donating it to some scam online or some shit that, then everybody's going to be like, how could they have let her out of that conservatorship?
Well, that's exactly why I mentioned that, she gets out of the conservatorship. Here we are a couple weeks later, and she's taking, these topless pictures on the beach, which, I guess if any other celebrity did it, I wouldn't think it was a big deal. But because, her first, announcement to the world after, gaining this freedom is engaged. Now she's engaged to some dude.
They were engaged prior.
They were engaged prior?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the only following other thing I was going to say is,
and they've been together for years and years and years,
is her being topless on the beach.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, I think she even did that before they removed her dad from the conservatorship.
She did that?
Yeah, that's been out for like a few weeks. This conservatorship, I think he was just removed a few days ago.
Those pictures just dropped.
I don't know.
Unless you've seen them a couple weeks ago, regardless of the fact, that's my perspective of it,
but
right?
But that's not the conservatorship. That's not the extent of the conservatorship. The conservatorship is more so to manage her financials, to manage her.
Well, it wasn't just managing her finances; it was managing her life.
Yes,
It's not just her finances. They were creating, her tours. They were telling her when she could perform, when she can't perform. They were, signing her up for these. What is it called when you have a stay in Vegas and you have a residency? Yeah. They were signing her up for residencies.
That's true.
Essentially, whether
she wasn't allowed to remove her IUD, which was crazy.
That's insane.
That's insane.
They
to me.
wouldn't let her get off of birth control.
She wasn't able to. I don't think that was it. I think that she wanted to make the appointment and get there, I guess, at some time where they didn't feel it was appropriate or something.
You know how they spin a story.
But that's crazy. I don't know, because I heard it spun the other way, the way you said it. Like, what? They wouldn't give her access to birth control, but I'm trying to give
him the benefit of the doubt.
Not give anyone the benefit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the details, so I'm not going to spew something that I'm a little unsure about if I'm aware that I'm unsure.
Yeah.
I can't.
Listen, essentially, I just hope that what you're saying, I hope the same thing you hope, right, is that she gets off of this and we were right, that she is capable of managing her own financing, her own finances, her own life, her own career. I hope that she does, phenomenally well. I hope we get another fucking Britney banger. However, from me looking at it, it's like, I don't know, we're off to a little bit of a rough start, but here's
you could be right. I mean, I'm praying for her that she doesn't do anything real super fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be worse. They could have called her coming out the club with Lindsay Lohan, and they show her snatch coming into a Porsche or something.
Lindsay Lohan's actually doing really well.
Is she?
Bro, she owns like the poppinest club in Greece. Like on like the Isle of, there's a TV show, it's a reality show.
Fucking pre-COVID. Nightclubs don't exist anymore.
It's not it's a day club outdoors. It's an outdoor day club with cabanas and shit. She's probably okay.
She's definitely a partner in that shit.
She is a partner.
I'm not going to shit on her.
She is a partner.
I'm not going to shit on her. I have no idea anything about Lindsay Lohan. I was making a reference towards the Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan, partying days.
Well, she definitely is a partner in it, but she's a partner in it with like a big club owner. They had a reality show, a TV show with all the wait staff and stuff on it, and she was on it, and she was super functional and actually really, I was impressed.
Good for her. I used to think, when I used to watch Jackass, I used to feel the same way about Bam.
Well, Bam had his shit together. It's just his drinking got out of control.
You know what's funny is that you look at those things and you realize that no, these guys didn't really have their shit together. They were just like, they just maintained it this whole entire time, and then now it's like you're at the end of the road. Like eventually you run out. Maybe not run out financially, but you don't have the ability to control this the same way you used to. Because you look at guys like Steve-O. Now Steve-O's doing amazing. But, I would watch Jackass and I didn't think Steve-O was like, completely out of control. But that whole time, that motherfucker was completely out of control.
But he was really the only one that was like that.
I don't think he was the only one that was
like he was the only one on like, poly substance abuse, like all that crazy shit. Like, because the rest of them are okay. And I mean, one of them died in a car accident, but like the rest of them are okay besides Bam and him.
Besides Bam and you know what? I'm not going to say anything about Ryan Dunn.
Well, Ryan Dunn passed, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the one that died in that.
Yeah, it was a car accident, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him,
Yeah, R.I.P. Brian.
But they had to have this shit together to a point. I mean, they turned that shit into a fucking business. They had movie releases in the theater. They had multiple seasons of Jackass. Remember the first episode?
Listen, you and I both know that the team around the entertainers who, are living through these entertainers because, they're the cash cow, they will keep things afloat. The same way, there's how many musicians, their careers are kept afloat because they're providing the people around it with jobs, so they're making sure that these people show up. Who's the, remember we were talking about, what's his name, the piano player? He was doing the intravenous drugs, but he's blind.
Oh, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. I'm sure that, there was a point in his career where he was like just completely downhill, but everybody around him was like, all right, come on, we got to get used to the show and shit. And, that probably lasts for up until it doesn't. And then the world realizes, like, damn, this guy's kind of not him. I'm just saying as an example, like when everybody around you falls away, then everybody starts to realize, like, damn, this guy's fucked up. And you didn't know he's been fucked up this whole time. And that's kind of like my point to Bam. Like, I don't know, maybe he was fucked up this whole time, but he was just kind of keeping it cool.
Who, Bam?
Yeah.
Nah, his life's been not good for quite some time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Why are you pulling this out of me? We're on the same fucking page.
Nah, his life was, but I said they were like really the only two that were really, out of control like that.
Yeah. I would say so.
There was definitely partying going on.
There's nothing wrong with partying.
Yeah, there was definitely partying going on, but in terms of like completely out of control and like polysubstance abuse, that's you got Steve-O and then you got real problematic drinking and Bam.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about all the other Jackass members, I don't really...
They're okay. They had other shows. They had spin-off shows and shit like that.
Remember Wild Boy? Well, so does Steve-O.
Yeah, but Steve-O's doing great.
He's doing amazing now.
Yeah, he was fucked up, but he was fucked up when they got him.
He was fucked up all the way up until fucking through Wild Boys and shit.
Yeah, you remember that documentary of his?
Bro.
When he was ripping that nitrous, doing those whippets and like talking in that demonic voice.
Yeah, bro. Dude, this guy had 2 apartments in the same building. He had like 2 condos in the same building. And one of them...
He built a skate ramp.
Just a skate ramp inside that shit.
Unbelievable.
Can you imagine living in a condo and the guy above you has a fucking skate park in his fucking condo?
I would have just went and knocked on the door and been like, yo, can I come through, bro? I'm just trying to watch.
Yeah.
Just see what's up.
I just want to watch your fucking downward spiral.
Jesus Christ, man.
He was like
that's
recording
fucking
everything he was
insane.
doing. A lot of that
He
shit's
was.
documented.
I know, man.
A ton of it is documented. That's where all these videos come from, of him recording himself.
You know that was like the revolution. Like that was the starting point for viral content. Was
him?
No, Jackass of like doing doing stupid shit to get famous. Like I feel like that was the launching point that put that mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember the first? You probably don't. I'm a little older than you. Like you might not remember the very.
I remember watching Jackass. I'm thinking of some. What I'm trying to think of is if somebody did it before them. Right? There's not the Jackass crew isn't the only one.
Not like that.
Like the Dudesons existed too.
Like syndicated on like major network television primetime hours.
Nobody was bigger than them.
Do you remember the
Do you know the story behind Jackass about how like they say Bam started that shit?
I don't know who started it.
That CKY shit was originally like Jackass, and then Jackass just became Jackass, and then Bam was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do Jackass." That they were doing all those they were doing a bunch of stunts and weird shit before they were even called Jackass.
Well, yeah,
I wish I would have known we were gonna talk about this. I would have did more research, but I just couldn't just say I think.
Because I'm just thinking back to when I was a kid. Like I don't remember people. I remember bum fights. You remember bum fights?
Hell yeah, I remember bum fights.
You remember Bum Hunter?
I remember bum fights. I remember MILF Hunter.
Do you remember Bum Hunt? No, MILF Hunter is porn. I'm talking about Bum Hunter.
No, what was Bum Hunter?
Bum Hunter was terrible. Like now in retrospect, they would never be allowed to do this shit ever.
Neither would fucking bum fights. Bum fights wouldn't be allowed.
No, but this is even worse in my opinion.
Okay, let's hear it.
At least those are willing participants that are kind of being coerced into fist fighting. But Bum Hunter was crazy. It was the same guys, and Bum Hunter it was like the guy would dress like Steve Irwin. Right, he would dress in safari gear and shit. He would dress in like a khaki button up with like khaki shorts, and he would talk.
Yeah, like a vest.
No, he had like the whole like zookeeper outfit, like the khaki.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking,
about.
Yeah, the khaki on green.
Yes, and the khaki shorts with the khaki button-up short sleeve.
Yeah,
and he would have like
it looked like he could be holding a koala.
Exactly, he looked like he would go on a daytime TV talk show with a python, right? So, and he had like these like hiking boots on and shit. Like he really looked like that. And then he would go at like nighttime. He would go in the dead of night with a cameraman with him with like a spotlight, like a fucking, like he was really hunting crocodile and shit. And instead he would go, it was called Bum Hunter, and he would speak with the Australian accent and shit. He'd be like, crikey. He'd be like, look at this over here. Look at this man over here sleeping peacefully, like, look at him in the wild. And he would go up to sleeping homeless people and shit like that, and like homeless guys walking around, and he would like jump on him and tackle him like he was trying to catch a crocodile. Yo, like he was trying to catch a crocodile. Yo, I swear to God, it was called Bum Hunter. Yo, I swear to God, bro, it was terrible. Like I was coming up, like I was growing up. This is when like LimeWire and like before, this is like before Kazaa. This is
that
like,
shit was released to DVD.
Bro, I had it on Napster. I downloaded it on Napster, bro. That's how I got that shit. It was called Bum Hunter. I swear to God. We'll look it up after this. Yo, and that's what he would do. He would be like, crikey. He'd be like, look at this. And then he would jump on him and he'd grab him, and the guy would be like fighting him and like wrestling, and he'd just be holding him and shit. And he'd be like, calm down. And he'd be like, what a beauty. What a beauty. He'd be like, look at his fight. What a devil. You know? And he'd be like holding his back and shit. And then the dudes, like, they would get up and be like, what the hell, man? He'd be like, calm down. He's like, I just want to educate. That's all. He's like, go ahead. You're welcome to go about your way. You know, he's like, go back. You know, and he's like, the fuck out of here.
Release him
like,
back into the wild.
And they would be like, fuck off me, man. And he'd be like, what the hell? Like, it was crazy shit, bro.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Crazy, man. I'll never forget that shit. I will never forget that as long as I live, bro. These were like viral troll video makers before YouTube, way before YouTube. You know what Bum Hunter would have been if there was a platform like YouTube at the time?
It would be enormous. Listen, do you remember when the guy from Bum Hunter went on Dr. Phil?
Bum Hunter? You knew about Bum Hunter?
He was the same guy from Bum Fights.
Oh, Bum Fights. Who was it? It wasn't Rufus, was it? The actual bum?
No, it was a guy. This guy wasn't homeless. He was like the guy who's a cameraman. He was the one who started this.
Yeah.
Did you see when he went on Dr. Phil?
No.
This motherfucker went on Dr. Phil, dress like Dr. Phil.
Shut the hell up.
Because he says that him and Dr. Phil are like the same because he's extorting people for fucking views too.
Oh, shit.
So he shaved the bald spot out of his head like Dr. Phil and showed up in his same outfit. They were dressed the same, except his was like 2 sizes too big. And he got on the show. He walked out, he sat down, and Dr. Phil was like, huh. He realized it. He was like, you're dressed like me. He's like, nope, I'm not going to give you any airtime. You could leave. And he never did like an interview.
Oh, see, yeah. He was like, this guy's trying to get big off me.
Because he was like, this guy's too big of a troll. I'm not going to be able to hold this guy down. This commitment level, he shaved his fucking head, bro.
Bro, that
he shaved his head like the Dr. Phil bald spot and dressed like him.
Wow, Bum Fights was some crazy. You remember Bling Bling? You remember him from Bum Fights?
I don't remember any of the bums.
Damn.
I just remember like I have like
we're only using these terms bums because that's what was used in the film. We do not call homeless people bums. We're just using that term because that's how people knew the characters in here. Bums. Not a good term.
Yeah, it's not a good term.
But Bling Bling, you remember him? He was this crackhead dude. His name was Bling Bling, and
Is that any worse? Crackhead? Is that worse than bum?
He called himself a crackhead. He had a whole song about how he hid his crack pipe in his collar and shit. He'd be like, "Bling Bling, pull his crack pipe out his collar," and then he would pull his crack pipe out, and he'd be like, "Yee," and then he would just like light that shit and smoke some rock, and then he would just stick it in his collar and shit and start tweaking and shit. Like it was so crazy.
Dude,
like,
I don't know why, but the internet loves like that toxic shit. You remember when Tekashi 6ix9ine, before he was big, he had like fiends shooting dope in his videos and shit, like dudes cooking crack or sniffing rock, like people just for whatever reason are so.
It's the same reason people rubberneck
in that shit.
Rubberneck on the highway when they pass a car accident. It's like it's a train wreck. You can't look away.
Same reason. I was just gonna say same reason why Britney Spears is in the news, because people love to watch people go into this like downward spiral. Not that that's what's happening to her, but everybody's definitely hoping for it. We're over an hour. We're at it.
Are we? How do you know?
Yeah, I'm just guessing. No, we're over an hour. We're at like an hour and 10
I'm
minutes.
sure we are, but yeah, man, we talked about some good shit, man. This is episode 46. We're coming to you guys twice a week, so we're gonna be doing episode 47 in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So we're looking at Thursday. What we're going to do is we're going to sit here and we're going to commit to a day for you guys. What do you think?
I am free on Thursday.
We're going to do Thursday night. We'll be live by 7 p.m. How you guys feel about that? You know, let us know in the chat just to give you guys some time to prepare so you guys could jump in and just make sure that you watch this episode and you partake in our shenanigans.
Yeah, if Instagram doesn't take a shit, you guys could follow us on there. We'll be posting it in the morning that we'll go live that afternoon.
Yes.
But other than that, if you guys are still in here, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't want to listen to us live, you can always catch the episode the day after on Spotify. And that's it.
Yes, you can. That's big. So if you guys want, if you're not a YouTube Premium or a YouTube Red, whatever you want to call it, if you're not a subscriber there and you don't pay monthly for it, you're not able to access the background listening. So if you want to put the YouTube video on and do other things, work in other apps, listen to it in the background, you're not going to be able to do that with the YouTube app, but you can do it with Spotify. You can do it with Apple Podcasts. You can do it with any other platform that we're on. So please, guys, share with your friends. Share with anybody that you think would appreciate us. And, of course, like always, we appreciate you guys. And that's it. Masses and None, episode 46. We out. Oh, yeah. Another episode in the books, bro. That's okay. Nobody would know.